Hi, my name is Isabella Heath and I'm running for GUSA President this year.
Perfect. So I guess just a few questions. Firstly, what does GUSA mean to you and why are you running to be GUSA President?
So what GUSA means to me is getting as many students as possible physically active. The benefits of it for their physical health, mental health, and for their social life as well, helping to balance with studies, with other things, I think is really important. And to me, it's not just about the members that we already have, but it's about engaging the 50% of the student population that we haven't yet engaged. That's what it means to me.
And so would you say that's the main objective of the GUSA President?
Yeah, I think it's a really important role that the president has. I mean, obviously there's lots of club sport related things, but that's also about engaging more people, getting more people into club sport, as well as running the clubs we already have.
And how do you intend to do that?
So in terms of managing the clubs we already have, looking at changing the club tier system. So at the moment it's not overly clear what what your tier translates into. I'd like to make that clearer, as well as making it clearer like how you become part of a certain tier. So that will hopefully translate into funding and priorities for training times and all that kind of thing, so that every club kind of earns these priorities that they get. And in terms of engaging more people, so last night lots of people at Hustings were talking about all sorts of different ideas to bring in people around campus who maybe usually wouldn't engage. So lots of people were mentioning trying to use TV screens around campus, things like that. And in my manifesto I've also mentioned an intramural league, which I think would engage more people who usually might not play sport, but if someone on their course is like, oh, come along, we're all going to play, and they get together that way, then they might then see the benefits of joining a club and being on a team and things like that, as well as trying to increase the participation of the drop-ins we already have.
Sure.
And everything like that.
Okay, I guess then you've spoken a wee bit about the club tier system, but
yeah.
So Liam's obviously got quite radical changes. What are the kind of changes you want to make to the system?
So I've spoken to the U of G sports staff, and after lots of discussion with them, I think a lot more work needs to be done on what system can be put in place before we can really state how and what that's going to be, in order to make it as fair as possible for everyone, and also to make sure that the changes are lasting and it can be something that won't have to be reviewed again for a while at least. So I really think the current president doesn't know what the appropriate replacement should be, the staff don't know. It's going to take a lot of looking at other best practices and seeing what is appropriate for Glasgow, where we have different focuses. Participation is so big here over like maybe performance at other universities. So I really think that it's going to take a lot more work, and I can't sit here and say to you like what that should be.
And do you think it's something you'd know by this time next year?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So the work is currently being started on it. Next week is when the first kind of big meetings on it are happening. And then after that would be in terms of like handover month, picking that up, making sure that a process is in place to make sure that is put into order. Yeah.
Of course. And secondly, in terms of sponsorship, so that's a big part of your manifesto.
Yes.
What measures are you looking to introduce to bring in more funding?
Okay.
And then what will you do with the more funding?
Okay, so this year I put together a package for GUSA Ball, and I sent it out to lots and lots of companies, and of course you only get a few responses. So my plan is to use the time in the summer to put together a similar package for GUSA, and to send that out as well, because the time in the summer is really the time that you have to do these kinds of things before you get into the semester, and then it just becomes the day-to-day running of things. So I would use that, and then in terms of where the money would go, I mean, there is clubs wanting extra teams in Bucks. We've also got clubs wanting to affiliate with GUSA. There's many different avenues that I think are really worthwhile places to put this money.
And will it be equally shared between the clubs, or will you introduce a system to say organise it?
I mean, that is something again that will depend on what sponsorship we're offered, how that works. So it's again not something I could sit here and tell you the answer to really. But I think both of those things are equally as important. Obviously, the clubs we already have, we want to make sure that we are doing right by them. But I would also like to see as many clubs as possible benefiting from what we have to offer.
Of course. And I guess this might come into your talk about probationary clubs, so introducing new clubs. one kind of worry I may have, or concern clubs may have for that, they may see their funding being affected by the new clubs.
Yeah.
Do you think that is a concern, or will you put measures in place to ensure it doesn't happen?
I mean, I think clubs should rest assured that we are not looking to take anything away from the clubs we already have, and that would be a step backwards.
Yeah.
So that is absolutely not something I plan to do.
Okay. Next on to sort of like the GUSA elephant in the room, Wednesday afternoons.
Yes.
So how do you think we can finally achieve where they're free, and why do you think your measures will be more successful than past regimes?
So I think I have the benefit of, I've kind of gone outside my remit this year and actually got involved with that already. So I helped put together the Google form. So we met with John Briggs, and he said if you collect the evidence, then it will give us a stronger case. So we went and we did that, and we got lots and lots of people submitting classes that they had on Wednesday afternoons. So we have that, and I've also had discussions with Kate Powell, the SLC VP Education, about what we could do on this. And I think the reason that my measures will be more successful is because we are more of a joint force now. So she seems to feel as strongly as I do that Wednesday afternoons should be free for people to play sport if that's what they want to do. Like, I really want to be able to give people the opportunity to do that. So working with her to try and get university timetabling to stay away from Wednesday afternoons is something really important. And also I have kind of a shorter term measure that I'd like to bring in as well. From my own experience of helping people to get the resources available to them, of kind of drafting emails that people send to their schools to tell them, you know, why they deserve to have the resources made available. So kind of using the policy and taking the wording straight from the policy. So what I'd like to do is put a document together to help people be able to fight their own cases, so that in the short term it doesn't set back students as much as it is at the moment. So people know kind of what their rights are, really, like what they are entitled to.
Just kind of going into a few last points. In your manifesto you talk about that you've got a strong belief in the importance of sport in terms of people's well-being.
Yeah.
Which parts of your manifesto do you think play into that, and what do you want to achieve in terms of student well-being?
Okay, so in terms of that, the main one on my manifesto would be the welfare representatives in clubs. This is something that I originally discussed when I was running for welfare convener. It is a really big job to undertake, because you're essentially, you know, you're asking every club to either add a position or change the remit of a current position to include welfare. So it's a job that's taking a long time, but we are gradually getting there. And I think with these welfare representatives, so for example, Mai Tai have one at the moment, and their welfare representatives, they are people that people can go and talk to, people feel comfortable going to them with any issues they may have. I'd also like to see welfare representatives being proactive as well, so in campaigns that either set out by GUSA, so things like LGBT History Month, the things we've been doing with that, and for their own, like maybe club initiatives, so working with charities like SAMH or things like that, to really get all clubs as engaged as possible with talking about these things and making sure that everyone feels comfortable. But also I'd say I am one of the trained sexual violence prevention session facilitators, and it's really important to me that we roll out this training to as many people as possible. So when we gave it to our Helpers and Freshers Week, it went really successfully. People were really engaged, and they were really, you know, they were saying these are things we've not talked about before, and I'd really like to see that broaden into clubs. So I'd like to put on sessions that clubs can sign up to, because at the moment it's more of, if a club's interested, they can get in touch with the welfare convener. But I'd like to switch this around slightly and have the sessions already on, to encourage more people to just sign up and come down to them through club committees.
Of course. And would you say that's the most important part of your manifesto? Or could you choose the most important part?
I don't think I could.
No,
I think because, you know, I really strive to have a range of things in there to try and make changes for as many different people as possible who are involved in all different elements of sport. So I really couldn't pick a most important part.
I guess just finally then, what does sport mean to you, and what kind of legacy do you want to leave?
Sport to me means inclusivity. It means a place that everyone can go to. I think everyone can find a place in sport, no matter what their interest in it may be or their ability. I mean, my ability is seriously questionable. So I just think it's about getting everyone engaged and creating these support networks. And I really, when I became a freshers helper, I never quite experienced anything like it to me. I felt like I belonged, and that was what I'd like everyone to really feel through GUSA, and that is what GUSA really means to me. I think that no matter what other student body you may be affiliated with, you can still find your place in GUSA.
Okay, and is that the legacy you'd want to leave?
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, that's us then. Thank you very much.